Today, I'm going to be talking about the Storyhouse Cafe. More specifically, I'm going to be talking about my brother, Chris. And here's Chris preparing bagels every morning.
I wanted to have a playroom because in Seattle it's actually quite common for cafes and places like that to have some designated kid space. Measuring of the dough.
What'd you make?
This is banana chia seed pound cake. So I grew up in just outside of Seattle, Washington, and I went to the University of Washington to study international business. Actually, I would advise to study international business. It's interesting, and maybe even get a job at a company for a little bit, but don't stay there for very long. Whatever you do, you'll go crazy. I worked at an aerospace company in Seattle. It was interesting. It was a good learning opportunity, but it was desk work.
So why'd you choose a cafe?
Well, I can eat all the food that I don't sell, so that's pretty cool. I consider it very real. I know exactly what product I'm making. I know exactly what ingredients I'm using. It's rewarding in that sense. I moved to Matsumoto because Matsumoto is very similar to Seattle in the sense that it's surrounded by mountains. So there's a lot of really great outdoor activity in the area. And then also they have one of the coolest castles in Japan, which is especially cool for me because the US doesn't have castles. And that castle, Matsumoto Castle, is seriously 3 blocks east from here.
As you can see, Matsumoto Castle is literally just a few blocks from his cafe. Although it pains me to say it, Chris is a really smart guy. And he has a really good intuition about what people's wants and needs, what makes them happy and sad. He's also really kind of strict with himself. If he wants to do something, he works hard to make sure it happens. And I don't know what this fire truck thing is doing. Like a public service announcement? What is this? This next block right here. We're coming up on it right up here. Storyhouse Cafe. That's a cool sign. My pop made it for my brother for the cafe. They mailed it from Seattle. So Chris is the 4th of the 4 brothers in my family. I'm the 3rd, and my oldest 2 brothers are still back in Seattle.
When I was in Seattle, I was living pretty much downtown Seattle, which was cool. It was nice. But it seems anywhere you try to go in Seattle or in the US, it's just so car dependent. I have a car because at the beginning of the project, I was driving around collecting material, going to the hardware store. It was all DIY stuff, so I need the car. But now, I hardly use the car. Nice!
Perfect.
120 is what I'm going for.
What's your favorite thing to make in the cafe?
Bagels.
Why?
Hands down bagels. I like
Why
making
bagels?
bagels. Making bagels I think is fun because it's a much thicker, harder dough. So when you knead it, it just feels like more work. So it feels like you're doing more when you're making the bagels versus other big things.
The quiche is my favorite. By far, the best quiche I've had in a long time. Even back in the US, this is really good quiche. How is your cafe different from other cafes in Japan?
Well, I guess cafes in Japan, I always find very interesting because they're extremely quiet. Like, when I go to a cafe in Japan, I feel like I'm in a library. Like, I'm afraid to put my fork on my plate, like, too loudly, kind of thing. So I want a very Seattle-style cafe, or I guess Western-style cafe, just in the sense that it'll be more lively.
Then how can you always yell at me when I'm too loud?
It's because you're freaking obnoxious.
It makes a big difference, just the feel of it, just having the musical instruments here. I really like that touch.
Yeah, so...
It really tells people that, hey, you can be lively here.
Yeah.
It's a place for fun.
Yeah.
They have a piano. They have a guitar. I can't play guitar. If you're feeling really adventurous, you can try the recorder. And of course, they have a ukulele. Oh, I know. Didn't you used to hate coffee?
Oh yeah!
Well-
I did used to hate coffee. So now I drink a lot of black coffee. Well, it's fine. I mean, you get used to it. Like, you get used to anything.
So, if you used to hate coffee, why would you open a cafe?
Well, because before I opened the cafe, I worked at an office job. And working at an office job requires a lot of coffee.
You got used to bad coffee.
Yeah, I got used to really bad
now
coffee.
I know why you opened a cafe.
Getting behind schedule, they're proofing. Gotta get all the air bubbles out of them. Shh, stretch them out. I'm from Seattle, we're good at rolling.
Oh, look who's here. Say hi, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Don't say hi, Hannah. How did you make this cafe? This place looks great.
I did all DIY. I did almost everything myself. I had a few friends help. I had some family members help. For a couple serious carpentry things, I hired carpenters. But for the most part, by and large, I did it by myself, making trips to the hardware store to get material, and making trips around Matsumoto, and going to demolition sites to harvest old material from buildings that were going to be torn down, and then reusing them in my cafe. A lot of the actual construction material in my cafe is reused and literally torn out of other buildings that were being torn down. And not the heavy duty stuff, but some of the basic equipment like sinks and things like that are also from old buildings that I was able to reuse, recycle. A lot of the hardwood floor, the long hallway that goes past the restrooms and the play area, that's all from a beautiful old Japanese house that was being torn down a few blocks on the other side of Matsumoto Castle. All the wood that I used for the bench over here was all from this building. On the second floor, I tore out the ceiling to make vaulted ceilings, and that wood is all from the ceiling upstairs.
So if you're ever in Japan, especially in the Matsumoto area, definitely check out the Storyhouse Cafe.
You're gonna like it!
I hope you liked this episode of Discovery Makes Knowledge. If you like this video, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. My goal is to reach 100 subscribers within the next couple of episodes. If interested, go ahead and share my video on your Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. If you're not interested in sharing the video, at least like the post and subscribe to the channel. And feel free to comment on the video and let me know what you think of it and if you have any suggestions for what you want me to do next. I'll see you next time.